I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on.
Too far. Back up. Back up. Yes. Good boy.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream.
Why does this always happen to us? And right as I'm trying to do my makeup, yeah, you see this thing, this dirty, covered in mud dog. Well, he was on the side of the road, and we were passing him, and we just
no tag.
Yeah, collar, no tag. Collar's way too tight. We've spent the past like hour trying to get him in the car and get him to like us, and then we tried introducing him to Max, and he's a purebred Husky, and you know he's just barking and
Oh, sit back. Sit back.
oh, back up, get back there. So he was just barking and stuff. You know, all these things that you know most dog owners they get uncomfortable about, because you know usually when a dog barks it's bad, right? So it took us a little bit, but we finally got him and Max, like him settled enough to where he wasn't so overstimulated, to where him and Max were able to be out together. And then we kind of just threw him in the car. I got Max in the front seat, I climbed in through the back, he kind of jumped in after me. Austin threw his back end up, and then I sat on the center console with Max in my seat, and then Austin closed the door, and now he's kind of locked in here, and Max is in the floorboard. So that's how that went. We're right down the road from the house, so we're gonna get him home, and we're gonna chain him up outside for now because we got stuff to do, and we don't want to just we can't leave him in the house with the cats. There's no way to do that. We don't know if he's house trained. We don't know anything about him right now. We're just trying to get him off the side of the road, and he's actually pretty sweet. He's just a little timid, but we're just trying to get him off the side of the road. He's literally covered in mud. Like he's been out here for a while. So we're gonna just try to get him home and at least get some food. At least get some food in him, and I think we'll be fine. And he's pushy. He's a little mouthy. So I'm gonna say he's still. I'm guessing no older than a year and a half ish. I don't know for sure, but he's still kind of gangly for a Husky. He hasn't quite filled in for being a male either. And so I'm guessing that he's still pretty young. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, this is what happens to us on our Saturdays. We just find dogs, and I've got to try to get his collar off. But right now we're just having some anxiety because we're in the car. So we might have a new pet dog. We'll see how this turns out. I don't know that this dog could ever be service dog material. I just found it on the side of the road, but I might want to keep it because he's kind of pretty. Can we keep him? We'll see. We gotta see if this dog and Max are gonna get along, and if he's gonna go along with the cats, and make sure he's child friendly. That is probably the most important thing, is making sure he's kid friendly. So we'll see what happens. Right now we gotta get him home. So yeah, that's what happened to us. I forgot to add, what did this dog do?
Okay, so we were just gonna leave him, and he turned his back and started walking the opposite direction.
This was after, like, we weren't sure that him and Max were gonna get along.
And then he just started chasing after the car.
He chased us about half a mile.
Like, I pulled up over a hill to where I couldn't see him anymore, and we sat there and waited for a moment, and he was still heading in our direction.
Yeah, like, he ran a long way chasing after the car. Shh. Settle down. Settle down, okay? Settle down. Settle down. It's okay. Shh. Settle down. So yeah, because when we first brought Max out the first 2 times, we were really unsure because we didn't want Max to get bit. And then the 3rd time, this guy had calmed down a lot. By the 3rd time, after running after the car, he was a lot more calmer, and him and Max were able to actually kind of get along. I'm really sure he's still puppyish because he kind of like throws his butt around, you know, kind of like how puppies do when they're just throwing their weight around. He still does that, and so, because he was doing it to Max, and just like falling all over him. But yeah, he literally kind of like glued himself to me, and when we tried to drive away, it was a no. So yeah, that happened too.
My heart tore up a little bit, so we had to figure something out.
Yeah, mine did too, because we were trying to help him.
Animal control wasn't.
Yeah, we were gonna call it animal control, but they are
just
closed.
to get him from getting hit out of the road.
Yeah, and then when we weren't sure. We didn't want to risk Max getting hurt. And then when this dog ran after us a very, very considerable distance.
Yeah, it was.
It was like, it wasn't just we pulled down just the road a little bit. We drove down the road.
So I slowed down and I stopped again and I said, if he comes running around that corner, then let's figure it out.
And so that's what we did. We figured it out and let him and Max out a second time. And he keeps barking. And then I realized, wait, this is a purebred Husky. That's what they do. They're vocal dogs. And so at that point, I had to start really, really trying to read into his body language, which, can I just say, is not easy to do with a dog that is covered in hair and won't stop barking. So it was definitely a task, but we managed through it. And I realized this dog's not being aggressive. He's just a young Husky.
Extremely playful.
Yes, very playful, and they're just very vocal dogs. And at that point...
I acted like he'd never seen a dog before.
Yeah, at that point, once everything was settled down, we were able to get him in the car. And we're home now, so we're going to try to fix something up to keep him outside until we get back.
Big bowl of food.
Yeah, you got some food and some water, Max Day. Alright, we got him home. We got him on a leash on the porch. The same leash we used for Axel. We're just leaving for a few hours and we'll be back. We got him some food and water out here, and I put a blanket out here for him. He's probably going to try to chase us when we leave. But I got a new collar on him. We got the old collar off, and I put Max's old leather collar on him. So he's... Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? So yeah, when we pulled off the other collar, like, it actually pulled the hair a little bit. So it wasn't very fun, but... Austin's backing out of the driveway. He's probably going to try to follow us. Man, I just tripped over you. I'm sorry, but we'll be back, okay? You're good. You're taken care of, all right? Oh. We'll be back. You're okay.